you meet with all kinds of brilliant people who have incredible vision and intention and offerings. And these are skilled people with big, beautiful hearts and desires to not only realize their dreams, but serve the world. And even at that high level of excellence, this is still something that people contend with. And, it shows up the comparison. It's like the inner critic, the inner judge, the inner asshole. um, and it's not just self-attack and not productive. It's kind of addictive. Like if we're not mindful, then it just builds on itself and can be like a weird kind of addiction that we're not conscious of. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you shared an example of a clarity call you had with a woman, and she was brilliant enough to self-identify, like, oh, there's this thing, and I know it's not good, but I'm doing it.
Yes.
And what I loved about your share of that was she was so wise, and she had her eyes open, and still, like most of us, she said, but I don't know what to do differently. Like I don't know what is the next thing to change this.
Yeah, I'm remembering that conversation that she was, the context was that she had looked at other successes. She was telling me about how she'd looked at other people who in some way were like her. Like when she started looking at them, she was looking at them because they were like her. But then when she saw their success, she told the story
Hmm.
of how they weren't like her. And they
Hmm.
could do it, but she couldn't. And this kind of awareness that she was using other people to harm herself. She was using what wanted to be love and appreciation, actually, of these other people to harm herself by telling the story that she somehow was so fundamentally different from them that where they could be
Hmm.
successful, she would never be. And it's interesting because I'll just name that I actually think that the opposite of that contributed in a complex way to my early success, because I witnessed my old friend and coach become extremely successful. And when I looked at her, mostly I was able to tell the other kind of story, which is like, if she can do it, I can do it.
Hmm.
But still, I was comparing myself. And that proved to be one of the things that needed to transform in that relationship. Um, because as long as I was comparing, even if I was comparing in a more positive way, it was missing so much of the
Yeah.
truth of both of us, because I was busy. That's the thing that I was aware of as I was listening to you, is that it's just distracting. At its core, this comparison is distracting from whatever it is that's true. So if I look at the numbers of people who are here with
Hmm.
us right now, it's
Hmm.
distracting from
Hmm.
looking at you and being present with you and being present with what's flowing through me and what wants to be out in the world. When we're looking at someone that we admire doing something amazing and we compare ourselves, we're distracting ourselves from the person that we're actually like there to appreciate and witness. Again, human. I'm not saying any of this to make it wrong, but just so that we're clear
Yeah.
about the dilemma in the first place, because there is this. I think that I'm saying this because when we're in it, when we're doing the comparison, it's so easy to just get caught in the story.
Everything you want is already